Good morning, everyone. Welcome back on Daily Crypto Plan. Thursday, the day after the FOMC. Well, we can start trading. We can hunt a bit more confident now. Well, if you want, you can tell me if we have sound and image, and we can start with Bitcoin on CME chart. I was thinking about Bitcoin dominance. Okay, thank you guys. So, CME chart all over the place. We saw it yesterday. It was ugly. Rejection here, gap, then gap up, then rejection again. It's kind of fuckery. Look left. If you look left here, what we had in December, you'll understand. It's kind of the same price action. Ugly. Up and down, up and down. Hard to make money if you are not a sharpshooter, if you are not a day trader, scalper. Nothing you can do in this market. That's why a lot of people are feeling that they are frustrated that nothing is happening. If you are a scalper, well, you have some levels. Even if you take 2 or 3 stop losses in a row, you recover with a really good trade and you can still make money. But if you are a swing trader, if you are a position trader, you look at gold and you look at silver and you look at ES pumping, and your shitcoin is not doing anything. It's hard to watch. I understand the view of investors or people that they are not able to trade the lower time frame. Everyone is hoping that, well, okay, gold pumped, silver pumped, ES is pumping. When the fuck Bitcoin will pump? The problem is Bitcoin pumped before them and now is consolidating. If you consider that Bitcoin is a lot in front of everything, well, you can think about what is next for them. Focusing on Bitcoin here, well, if I consider this low, we still have a higher low here for the moment. We didn't break the structure. Yeah, we are more inclined to think range and going sideways, but this pattern here is still valid. Low, high, higher, low, higher, high, higher, low, technically. A lot of gaps here, FOMC, indecision in the market, and maybe you'll form a W. Hopefully you'll form a W. If not, well, we know where we have the next support. But I don't see anything special for the moment. What I don't like, I'll be honest, what I don't like that FOMC day looks like this. FOMC day looks like a rejection. That's not the best and the most bullish signal. Okay, I understand when in a FOMC day you see a big dark maul, but this is not a dark maul. And if you look for candles like this in specific areas, you'll know what is probably next. Probably will dump a bit lower. Just my 2 cents. Maybe Trump will save the day again. Maybe Trump will come and will say something bullish and the market will reverse. But for the moment, was a quiet FOMC, nothing special. You saw Powell saying, I don't have nothing on that, I don't have nothing on that, I don't have nothing on that. Well, why the fuck are you there? But I understand his position. So, let's see what we can get today. On higher time frame here, we have this gap. We have to see the gap. Okay? The gap of the gap. It's there. It's on daily. It's valid. And waits to be closed. That's simple. On the classic chart, well, similar. You can see the rejection even better. Today candle is not closed. Maybe will close a lot higher. But seeing this previous one from yesterday, I think candle body lows. It's the area where we should think about. hunting long ideas. $86,600, maybe a bit lower. Just my 2 cents. If we reach that level on lower time frame, we can try to frame along. Ethereum, similar. We had on daily this bullish divergence here. Everyone saw it on OBV. That's nice. I like it. Now give me a clear W. I don't have the W. The location is here below 2950. Come back down here and make a W. Because otherwise, as a swing trader on daily, not too many things we can do. Morning, Andrei. Morning, Orson. Hey, Menace. Hey, everyone. So, no setup yet. Well, nothing here. Ethereum versus Bitcoin. We are still in the same range. We dumped yesterday. Or we pumped. No, we dumped yesterday in the FOMC. Well, I don't know what to say about this one. I think we'll fuck around here for longer period of time. And when we'll do stuff like that, we'll stay here and up and down and up and down. It's boring. It's nothing you can do. And definitely, you don't have an altcoin season when you have Ethereum versus Bitcoin looking like this. Dominance. Well, still no daily M. This is not a daily M. We want to accept back below. On 4-hour chart was looking interesting, but you can see took this one as support. If we'll dump, probably some strong altcoins will outperform Bitcoin and Ethereum. Probably. But we need to accept below this level. On daily, on higher time frame, no, we don't have anything. We are still fighting 60%. If I put weekly chart and I'll show you what I'm thinking for this year, well, hopefully everyone knows that I'm waiting for dominance to go back down here. When this year will happen, I don't fucking know. If it will happen, will be violent like we had here. Sideways, 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 dump. Probably will be as violent as last time, as violent as 2 times ago. In this period, I'm thinking we'll dump here. Maybe things are changing. Maybe this time is different. Who the fuck knows? For the moment, I'm hunting an EM here, a valid EM at 60% level. Well, ES on daily. A new day, a new all-time high. That was yesterday. Today we'll probably do another one. Market is strong. Respect that. I'm not saying to chase. If you are a day trader, you can go long and short. You can play around all day long. But on higher time frame, you don't have any reason to short or to do anything here. Let's put 4-hour chart just to see it a little bit. Who managed to take, I think Stefan posted a short here. And this dump, okay, hopefully you took some profit off. Because this one looks like wants to pump. Day trader will look for short ideas here, but the market is strong. Look at, we had this dump and we had low, high, higher, low, higher, high, all-time high, and a brief higher low. Is strong? Yes. Let's go back on daily. Menace. When you see dollar being weak, don't consider the market is weak. Okay? Trump wants dollar to be weak. Don't look at all the influencers are saying. They are stupid. Trump wants dollar to be weak. Okay? It's that simple. The weak dollar is good for business. Weak dollar is good for growing. So don't think, well, no. A weak dollar, it's in United States advantage. Yeah? It's an economic war and United States wants dollar to be weak. Think about it. Don't look at influencer. Well, the dollar, Trump said the dollar, well, Trump said it with a specific intention. They are dumb. They are keeping the dollar weak for a reason. But people that know why and how, they usually don't talk. And stupid people, influencers posting on Twitter, on YouTube, usually don't know what they are saying. They are just, I don't know, blabbing away for the public without knowing the real thing. Okay, yes, it's strong. Will pump higher, probably. Let's take a look at gold. Well, that's a nice move on gold. Look at it. That's the exponential part we talked about here in this area when everyone was trying to short. I said, well, scalp, maybe. But this is the exponential move. Still has some juice in it? Could be. We can hit 6. We can hit even more. I want to see a candle on weekly ugly. Ugly, with a clear rejection. And after I'll see that ugly candle, after that I'll try to play the retest on that one if you want to play short. Yeah, so something like this, people. Something like this, if will happen. Let's say we'll go all the way up there. Yeah, a week. We'll close all the way back down here. And after that, I want to hunt a retest. 50% short reload zone. And that will be my entry. Okay, that will be my entry. After the rejection, and then the dead cat bounce after the rejection. Well, probably this is the top. Don't be the last one to short here. Wait for a bounce. 61.8, and that will be the trigger. That will be something to wait for gold. Shorting here, imagine if this scenario will play out. You'll lose your pants. And you don't want to lose your pants. Okay? So that will be a scenario. Pump, dump, wait for a retest, and hunt and short reload zone for a short. You can decide to split the money you want to risk in two chances here. If it's working from the first time, you add to your winning position. If the stop loss will hit, you have a second chance. You put short reload zone and an SFU here. You can split your setups. So if the general setup here is working, you'll add when you get in profit. You make it risk free, you add to it. If this one will fail, you have stop loss, so you have the SFU setup, so that will trigger, and hopefully that one will bring you a nice profit. Fucking around here, not the best idea. Just my 2 cents. Well, actually, let's let the stupid drawing there. Silver hit $120 fucking dollars. When I was blobbing away at $47, that silver will do great things like 20 years ago, and will do this and will do that. Not too many people listened. Now, you cannot chase silver at $120. Could silver do exactly what I said for gold? Of course it can. Where I move the moon? Well, $150. Will I ever reach the moon? No, because I'll move the moon higher and higher. But I think it's possible for silver to, in a blow of top move, to go to 150, even higher. Yes. I took some profit off here. I took some profit off here. I was really tempted to take more profit at 120 here. But I don't see a bottom here. So no. By the way, look at it. It's dumping. Zoom out so you'll see the entire image. Okay. Zoom out on weekly because it's better. Nice location. It's dumping, but I don't see a bottom. But yeah, from below 50 ounces of silver for a ounce of gold, you should think, well, let's hunt the next W and let's think about bottom. Because the bottom is close. Not for the moment, we still hold the positions, but sooner than later we'll have a bottom. And probably the bottom will be violent. Yeah, violent. Look at it, violent bottom. Not you, if you're lucky and you get a W, okay, that's it. You don't have to wait. Well, let's think about it. No, you see that WC is valid. Close some of your position. Okay, so total market cap on daily, weekly is too much. Same level, fighting $3 trillion. Huh? Yesterday, people, we are small. We are like ants in the entire market. Yesterday, gold added the entire market cap. Last couple of days, let's not say, well, maybe not that. Last week, gold added more money in the gold market than we have on the entire crypto. Think about it. Total 3, similar, fucking around here in the long reload zone. Technically, we should wait for a clear W. Will retest this level? Probably yes. Why I'm saying that? Because a lot of market makers suffered in this one. A lot of people are saying Binance, Binance, Binance. Probably. But someone put Binance to do that. Don't think Binance did that without a blessing. How we say in Romania. Someone blessed them. Do that and give me some money. They had a blessing to do the ugly thing they did on 10 October. You don't do something big as they did on 10 October without fear of suffer the consequences. No. You don't fuck around. Only if you have a blessing from someone really strong with a lot of power. I'll say, okay, go and destroy them. Binance is not doing what Binance wants. Someone is leading Binance. So definitely what Binance did on 10 October was with a blessing. Put your tinfoil hat, think about it, imagine. That's a different story. But a lot of market makers have to clean their books and start over again. So I think we'll see this level tested. I'll change my mind. Let's say we'll do a W, a big W here, and we can go. But even if we'll not break this level, still we are testing that level. It's the cleaning up process for altcoins. Okay, that's my overview. Let's go on calendar. Now, no news today. Not big news, at least. Friday we have, again, PPI. But today is pretty clean. Shitcoins are not doing anything. Bitcoin 4-hour chart. We are in the same place like Tuesday, Wednesday. We are back in the Monday range. I was waiting for this SFU. I was willing to even break a little bit the rule of staying the fuck out in the FOMC, but we didn't manage to take this level. We pumped, okay, but no. Where do we stop? We stopped a little bit here, candle after candle, 1, 2, 3 candles, Monday high, and then we closed below. We broke that. Now we should consider that this entire thing was a fake out in the news, and we should play the range game again. Do we have a location now on Bitcoin? No. You can, the best case scenario, you can think something like this. If we'll pump here, short. Here in the middle, nothing. Here are the lows. Yeah, here are the lows and lower in this area. In this area, you can think long. So short here. I don't know how hard we'll pump, hunt yams in this area. Consider that we accepted back below the Monday high, and now Monday high it's again a resistance. So a retest of this fair value gap of this candle, it's okay-ish, 38.2 maybe a dump chaser zone, an yam, and then dump lower. If the market will dump straight here in this area, then we can think for longs. Simple as that, people. Here in the middle of the thing, nah, ugly. Green or below green, I'll think long. If I'll find the setup. Because long reload zone, it's a location, people. It's not a setup by itself. Well, I have long reload zone, how long? No. I have long reload zone. I'm allowed to hunt setups, long setups in that area. Simple. Well, it's sweeping the SFP level and then reclaiming back below. It's a setup made after the SFP level. Yeah. Sweeping the liquidity and then reclaiming back below, that will trigger the SFU setup. The explanation of the name, maybe another time. Okay, that's Bitcoin. Let's take a look at Ethereum. Similar. We had this SFU level, we SFU that level. I wanted a bigger level here, exactly like on Bitcoin. I said, if the market will push here and will accept back below and will trigger the SFU, then I'll take the trade. If not, I'll just leave it alone. It's Ethereum a bit stronger than Bitcoin on lower time frame? Yes. Bitcoin is in the Monday range. Ethereum is trying to bounce from the Monday high. It's a difference. And we have some support here. Bitcoin dominance is looking okay-ish. Ethereum versus Bitcoin, it's in a range. Looking on lower time frame at the chart, considering the Monday range, I see that Ethereum is a bit stronger. I could see some altcoins popping up today and tomorrow. Maybe. That's why we are here. Well, that's the pattern, Sebastian. Swing failure pattern, it's a pattern. Yeah? It's sweeping the liquidity. The setup we made based on that pattern is different. Yeah? That has some conditions, it's not different. Has some conditions. So this is the SFP level, and the SFU setup means up on lower time frame and then close back below the level. That will trigger the setup. But yeah, the concept is based on the swing failure pattern. Morning, Christian. So yeah, I consider that Ethereum it's a bit stronger than Bitcoin on lower time frame. On higher time frame, you saw Ethereum versus Bitcoin, nothing important. Let's see if we'll bounce. If we'll bounce and we'll start pumping, why not? The problem is Bitcoin doesn't look too great and we'll dump more. If Bitcoin will dump more, we'll drag Ethereum with it. What we can do here on lower time frame, maybe 1 hour. Well, maybe something like this. Hunt an idea here, a short idea here. And if Bitcoin will dump, maybe we will dump here in the middle of the Monday range. That could be a trigger here. So bounce in the short reload zone here from the last dump. Maybe maybe a trigger here. We take a short and we ride that short all the way in the Monday range, in the middle of the range. Confluence with 61.8 long reload zone. We have some confluence there. If you look left, that could be something. Here, I'm inclined to think to take this move, to hunt a move up in the shorting level. I have enough risk reward here. I have enough juice for me to take it. Not really. If the market will dump here, Bitcoin will dump, Ethereum will dump, and we'll get in the long reload zone, you know, I'll hunt long setups. Below 61.8, I'm allowed to hunt long setups. And I'll hunt a general setup, then a SFU of the Monday low, or an SFU of this level, confluence here. By the way, I put another limit order below 2,800 to dollar cost average. I want to get my full position on. So that's Bitcoin, that's Ethereum. I have some shitcoins here with blue. Why are with blue? Because here we have a setup, if you see it. So it's enough? I don't know. Maybe the next W on 4-hour chart, maybe. Maybe a sweep of this level. But it's not looking bad, this one. Similar here, you can see a W, not the best. Indicators are looking nice. Taking this one is kind of asking for trouble. Why? It's kind of equal lows here, is not a double anymore. This is an ugly price action. But if we'll wait for another W, maybe we can play something. Aster, I said power of 3. Well, we pumped, we are dumping, we are holding that level. My problem with Aster is this resistance at power of 3 is strong. If we reject as we did and we'll accept here, we'll probably test 50 cents or even lower. So a SFP of this level will be the best area for me to hunt along on Aster. We have a lot of bags, that's a different story. This one is like okay, we have AB equals CD, but it's not moving. Blue AI, we made money. Yeah, we made money on Blue AI. Now we are waiting to consolidate. And I think I could change this one to this one. That's better. A lot more confluence here. So if the market will dump here, 88.6, we'll make a W. I'm thinking to hunt a long idea. Here, nothing I can do. Aya, keep in mind, something is off with this one. Why? They listed it on Binance. They pumped it like crazy, $20. Then here, at the lows here, at some point they decide, well, we'll delist it. Well, no, actually we'll list it back in. And here we have a W. And if I look at this W with the last pump and dump, you cannot take too serious this price action because they listed, they delisted, they did whatever the fuck they want. But look at it. This W, it's in the long reload zone at limit. We had a breakout and a retest. I'm not saying to touch this one because it's dangerous. You saw they list and they list this one. We don't know why and how, what was the reason. But watch it. I'll take a long if I'll get a setup. I think I have already a setup. Look at the OBV, look at the RSI, look at the location from the last bounce. This is a W. So it's a setup by itself here. If you take it or you leave it, if it will be a win or a loss, it's not up to me. But if you take a trade like this, you are not hunting 2 to 1. Okay? You are hunting a lot more. Zoom out. Okay, zoom out. And you'll understand what I'm trying to say. Okay? Imagine to go all the way up here. Only look how small it is from the entire price action. But let's say you'll go there. Let's see a risk reward. Well, it's 23R. That's why I'm interested to trade it. Not because it's the best shitcoin and it will replace Bitcoin. No, no, no. It's because the risk reward is in my favor. But it's up to you people. Holo trade. We had the trade, no? We made money here. We made money here. I told you to take the trade here. I said the best entry will be here. Well, we retested the entry, but we didn't retest this one. But hopefully some of you took the trade and made money. We made money with this shit. Okay, I could go on the entire list, but as you can see here, not too many things are happening. There are some altcoins looking like, for example, like Blue AI, pump and they are dumping and they are in a long reload zone and we should wait for our Ws. Yeah, some of them are. We should hunt them? Yes. A bit careful because we want to see if Bitcoin will stop dumping. The entire market it's strange. Gold is pumping. Silver is pumping. Risk on. Yes, is pumping. So it's a bit strange. You don't, well, it's risk off or it's risk on. The dollar is weak. Well, so what? We compare the market against dollar. Oh, we say, for example, Bitcoin needs $88,600. If dollar is weak, you get the idea. 5,000 or $7,000 for years, no? In dollars. People say that, well, it's complicated. It's not as complicated as people think. But you have to try to keep the things simple and don't believe the stories. You have to understand that there are some storytellers there to keep your mind occupied, to tell you stupid stuff, and you'll not be able to think for yourself. Yeah? As you saw lately, if you remember, if you saw on YouTube, if you are following YouTube, you saw that all of a sudden some ex-CIA, ex-FBI, you get the idea. Now they have YouTube channels. Well, I left the CIA and I'm teaching you. No, you left the fucking CIA. You look like you left the CIA to manipulate the people, to tell the stories from the CIA, what CIA wants to know, what wants us to know, or FBI wants to know. Well, I'm ex-FBI, I'm and I'm telling you the reality. No, you don't tell me shit. You tell me some half truth, half lie, and you are manipulating people. And if you look on YouTube, you'll see a lot of them. Ex-CIA is telling the reality about the war. Really? Well, Trump did that because of this. Really? People, wake up. Influencers, you can see their narrative. You can see they have a narrative. They have a script. They have a direction where they want to move the attention of their followers. It's part of a bigger plan. It's part of how they are controlling the entire narrative. So don't be part of the public. Okay? Don't be part of the public. Okay. I blabbed away for half an hour. I think that's more than enough. We can call it a live stream. Yeah, I think we can. I'll hunt today the range here on Bitcoin and Ethereum. Yes. I'm more curious about Ethereum what to do because it looks a bit more interesting. Not better, but interesting than Bitcoin. I know that Bitcoin is driving the bus, but I want to see what Ethereum does here in this. I'll look at Bitcoin dominance, I'll look at Ethereum versus Bitcoin, and the range on both of them. That's my hunting ground for today, and maybe even tomorrow. Hit the like button, hit the dislike button, hit whatever you want. Okay? Comment on Twitter. Help us to be more visible if you want. But it's strange for me to ask, well, let's be more visible when I'm not accepting too many people in Discord, when I don't want to be an influencer, where I don't do things to promote us. So yeah, bring your friends. That's the correct way to say it. If you have friends interested in trading in general, trading crypto in special, but what we are doing here works on all the markets, then okay. Hey Zach. Okay people, let's call it a live stream. See you tomorrow morning with another episode of Daily Crypto Plan. Bye bye.